Welcome back, everybody. We're here for another episode. It is race week, so we're almost at party time. It's Thursday right now. A little late in the week, but I did a video the other day and my SD card got jacked up, so we're doing it again. But wanted to get this video posted just because there are some changes for this year, because Leadville looks a little bit different. It's 2026. If you guys are doing the race this year, you obviously know that the race course is different. Or if you're watching this later, then you'll obviously notice that through the lifetime videos and things like that. But with the Willow fire happening this year, right outside of Leadville, parts of the race course were affected. And so in regards to that, the Sugarloaf climb and descent and power line were both burned in the fire. And so that we obviously can't go through that because it's still an active fire area. Part of the perimeter goes around those pieces. So the race course changes I wanted to go over, as well as equipment changes and things like that in light of the new course. And with pre-rides going, how that went, all of that stuff. So without further ado, here we go. So race course change. It starts out exactly the same way, finishes exactly the same way. So you start on 6th and Harrison, go down to St. Kevin's, climb up that to Carter Summit, and then instead of going the way that it's traditionally gone around Sugarloaf to the Sugarloaf climb and Hagerman's Pass, you're going the opposite way and descending Turquoise Lake Road the other direction. So that goes down and meets up with, I think it's 300 is the name of the road, which joins right at the bottom of Power Line where you were before. Takes out a couple of miles, but not too much, and then hooks around by the fish hatchery on the pavement all the way over to Pipeline. So how that changes the course, it takes out one of the major climbs, and a lot of people are thinking this is going to be just an outrageously fast year. Yes, it will be faster, but I think a lot of people are underestimating that Turquoise Lake Road climb on the way back, and so I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to underestimate that and blow up because of it, because they burned too many matches earlier in the day, just trying to hold an outrageously high pace. That being said, since the race is faster, it's a couple miles shorter, there is a little bit less climbing, but there's still 10,000 feet of climbing. It's still Leadville. We're still at 10,000 feet. And the Columbine climb actually changed a little bit too, which I'm a big fan of. Back when I did the race in 2015, the turnaround was actually at the Columbine mine, the cabin up at the top. And it's been turning around a little bit short of that the last several years. And now it's going back up to that cabin. So a little bit of nostalgia from the race that I did 11 years ago, but pretty excited about that. Pre-rode it the other day with my cousin. It actually went really well. So pretty pumped on how that's going to go on race day. But since Power Line is not in the mix, that's the chunkiest descent on the course. I actually pulled an audible on a couple of things, and based on my pre-rides, bike check that I did in the last video, I won't go as in-depth. If you guys didn't see that, go back. But essentially a quick run through. This is my Epic 8 2025 colorway. Started as a comp level trim. I stripped everything off of it except the brakes because I like them. And then swapped out the suspension with Flight Attendant, swapped the drivetrain with XXSL transmission with the Spider-based power meter. And it's Roval carbon seat post, Specialized Roman Evo saddle, S-Works carbon bars. I did cut those down to about 720. Didn't really like the wide width, especially for this race, and wrap the inside of the bars so that I can lay down, get a little more aero, save some time there. But other than that, I am running a 34 tooth chainring. I was riding that in pre-ride, debating going down to a 32, but when I rode Columbine, like I said, it went pretty well. I went in and rode it, had 2 bottles and a pack full of water just for the ride that we were doing that day. The pack was full when I started Columbine, so added an extra 4 or 5 pounds from what I will be on race day. And I still PR'd everything up the climb, so I was pretty pumped on that. And since the course is faster rolling, I did pre-ride with some AirTrack flex lights, like what I have here, that were pretty worn down, and I still felt like they did fantastic. Got a little slippery on the way down just because the knobs were pretty worn. I got quite a few miles on those tires. So I am running a new fresh set of AirTrack flex lights from Specialized, and they roll really fast on these MV N5 Pro wheels, and absolutely love the setup. It is dialed perfectly for what I want out of it for this race. But yeah, so in regards to that, the race changes, I was going to debate on going down in chainring size just for the climbs, just to make sure that I had that little bit extra if I needed it. And in pre-ride, I wasn't even close to needing it. And so stuck with a 34, put a fresh chain on, Silka waxed it with an endurance chip, just with it being dusty for most of the year and then muddy as well this week. I figured that the water will probably, it'll do well with the endurance chip on it. So got a little nerdy there, but yeah, really, I think that the plan is, which I was not anticipating this. I thought I was kind of going to be on the cusp of whether I was capable for a 9-hour buckle. But there is no 9-hour buckle this time. There is an 8-hour and 15-minute buckle with the race changes. So it will be a little bit faster. I think it's still going to be a pretty tough cookie. But talking to my coach, shout out to Jeremy. I've been working with Ignition Coaching and Jeremy for a while now, since the spring, and have made some incredible gains in fitness even since camp 2 months ago. So pretty pumped on how that came out, how the pre-rides went on all of the climbs and everything. Felt super strong. But essentially looking through all of the numbers and everything, talking to Jeremy, we're going to go for it. I think I can do it. We've got a normalized power target that should put me around just over 2.5 watts per kilo for the day, and that's the goal. And I really, really think that it's definitely a doable task as far as the power targets go. So assuming everything goes my way and works out well, I don't get stuck in any conga lines, hiking through St. Kevin's or Columbine or anything like that, and I'm able to ride everything, I think it's perfectly doable. So really, that doesn't change most of my plan, but since I'm on the cusp of finding out whether I can make that 8:15 goal for a big buckle or not, we're going for broke. All the cards are down, and we are going to run through some fast aid station changes, sorry. But rolling up to the aid stations, I'm dropping bottles, grabbing new ones and gels, and peacing out. Trying to keep those as fast as humanly possible. The pack, I will start with a pack just to get some extra fluids on the way out, and then I will drop that pack at Lost Canyon, climb Columbine with just 2 bottles and gels, and then I will pick the pack back up if need be at Lost Canyon again, and then start booking it back. The way back has a little more climbing, so I think that having a couple matches left for that way back is going to be important, and having enough that I can really pace the climb up Turquoise Lake Road well is going to be vital. So I think that that's going to be really important. And then as soon as you hit Carter Summit, my plan is just hammer down, pedal to the floor until the finish. I might burn out, I might get crampy, but as soon as I hit 6th Street, I know that no matter what cramps are happening in my legs, I'm going to be flooded with emotions and just hammering my brains out until I get across that finish line. So realistically, that's the plan. Pretty short and sweet video. So hope you guys like it, and I will be talking to you after race day with a recap. So fingers crossed, say a prayer for me. Hoping that everything goes well, and thanks for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you after the race. Peace.